I had to start over. It's like I went on a journey on finding myself. Of course, it was never perfect, but I understood a peace of mind like never before.
The Alric Show, inspiration, motivation, one vision, hope to a new generation. Together we can live and learn. Yes, we're one family on the Alric Show.
Hi, I'm Alric, and welcome to the show. After being physically and sexually abused, battling depression, moving from home to home, suffering insomnia, a broken marriage, so many experiences with Kimola Knight, and she's here with us today on the Alric Show.
Thank you so much for having me, Alric.
How are you?
I'm great.
You look nice.
Thank you.
Red shoes and stuff like that. You know, that's a confident woman.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy to be here.
What's this moment like for you now?
Honestly, I feel powerful. Yeah, I feel powerful because I'm now at a place where I know who I am.
Yes.
I know my self-worth. I know that, I'm supposed to be loved.
Yes.
I know that, love starts with me. So I'm at a great place, honestly, mentally, oh Jesus, mentally.
Seriously important.
Mentally, I am great, I'm at peace.
You're at peace, yes.
So I'm good. I'm able to speak to others and say, hey, you're going through this, you can get through it, no worries.
Your early years as a young girl.
So I'm originally from Manchester, but my mom got married and she moved to St. Elizabeth with us. And hell broke loose, pretty much.
At what age?
So based on, all right, so I'm not sure if you're aware of this, right? But for persons that have been through a lot of traumas, there are parts of your, former life that is in, jots, or should I say, you kind of forget some parts of it,
yes.
right? But my sister, she's the one that has always remembered everything, like every detail. So based on conversations, I've been molested.
To connect the dots.
Yeah, I've been connecting the dots.
The story in.
Yeah, but molestation has started from, I was a baby. Yes, baby. My eldest sister, she's 42 now. She was sitting, we were just talking about, what we've been through and how we've came through it and, look at us now. And one of the stories that she remembered was that when my sister was like 2, I was 1, she walked in and she saw my stepdad, with my sister. So that's how young all of this, that's how long ago it started.
So you were 1.
I was 1.
The sister is 2. And your stepfather.
My stepdad had her.
Molested.
Yeah. But that's just one event. So for me personally, I do have little bits and pieces of memory. Like before high school and so forth, I remember he was like, you're sleeping and I felt the person moving me. So I woke up and he was actually trying to take off my PJ. And I was like, what are you doing? And that was it, I don't remember anything else, right? But I do have bits and pieces. When I was 13, that was the last time he attempted to do something to me. Now this part is really, really sad. And I hope I don't break down with this part, but at this point, I had my own room, my sister had her own room. My little brother, which is his son, loved my company. He would sleep with me, and he attempted to molest me that night.
Your stepfather?
My stepfather, yes. And I woke up right before, and I screamed, and I said, Jesus, God, this one is just so vivid, And he ran. I remember everything, how he flashed the rag over his shoulder and he ran. No, I remember for the entire night, couldn't sleep. My heart was, and I remember I put my feet over my brother and I sat up the whole night until morning. And I remember it was a Sunday.
Your feet was over your brother as your safety.
Yes.
Probably you might, be alert.
Yeah. And I remember my mom got up and she was spreading her bed and I went to her. And she said, I heard O'Shane cried out in his sleep last night. And I said, Mommy, it wasn't O'Shane, it was me. And I told her what happened. And she said nothing. Yeah, she said nothing. It was radio silence, like I never said nothing. Like, that's it. Yeah. And
that was it's okay. We'll get some napkins for you. It's okay. I can feel you shaking, but it's okay. It's okay. For you, that silence was worse
than the actual event. Yeah.
Worse than the event.
Yeah. Yeah.
She kept silent? She kept silent over the years?
Yeah, she did. So I remember once she told my sister and I that everything that happens at home, we should keep quiet. Every year we would have family reunion. And before we would go, she would tell us to be quiet about everything that happened. Let me just say,
she already threatened. Or so it's more of a conversation?
I think, no, not threatened, no, not at all. I think she was also scared because from time to time, but also from time to time he would hit her. Oh. So, yeah.
So she was fearful of him?
Yes, yes, yes. So we had to keep quiet. There has been so many things that happened, even with my sister. My sister actually got raped by my stepdad.
Okay.
And
so your sister got raped by your stepdad?
Dad. So he's an old man. Yeah. And guess who was there to see? Yeah, so I was the one that was actually there who shouted, and yeah, my sister got hurt, so of course that went public. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. He did not go to jail, he did not go, nothing happened. My sister only went to the doctor. They had proved that yes, she was raped based on tearing and the whole 9 yards and bruises and so forth. And she was only 10. I remember one night my sister actually took up a glass to cut herself.
We want to talk more about that. We'll take a break. When we come back, we continue our story with Kimola. We talk about how she escaped, her abusive stepfather, and her healing journey. Welcome back to the show. I continue the conversation with Kimola. Kimola, before we went on the break, you're talking about the experience with your sister. Mm-hmm. Take us there.
Okay, no problem. I do remember that one time my sister actually took up a piece of glass to cut herself. Because, we've went through so much. We had no one to tell anything, I don't know if you've ever heard that thing where you're in a crowd screaming but no one can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was pretty much our life, constantly. So
and that's the life for a lot of Jamaican families too,
yes.
Because the family members are saying they don't want the embarrassment,
Yeah.
but while the children, the victims, are literally
Suffering. Because what I realize is when you go through all of those things, it's like you start to blame yourself because you're like, I must be the problem. Like, why am I not loved? Why do I watch TV and I see family, but
Happy
I
family.
don't have family? I'm not even saying happy family. It felt like I didn't have family. You know, so I hated everyone. I was bitter. When I said bitter, so bitter. I was at the point of bitterness that when I went to school, and if you bunks me, I had this rage. You know, that's how much I was just so angry and just so bitter. I hated everybody. Everybody. Yeah.
How did you end up leaving the home of your stepfather
Lord.
and mommy?
Alaric, I made a promise to myself when I was very young. And I said that by the time I turned 17, because that's the time I would leave high school, I would have left. Not knowing where I would have gone, but I left. I remember I had my first boyfriend. Yes, I did leave. No one asked me any question. Nobody, I don't think no one really cared as much. And yeah, I left. I went through so much. I attempted suicide so many times.
You did?
Yes, 5 times. The last time I did, I took my mom's pills because she was very sick at the time. And I took everything. I remember I threw all the pills out and I just started poking my mouth with everything. I wrote a letter. I remember it was on a yellow paper. I wrote the letter. I told them the reason why I wanted to die. And you know, it's so funny. One of the things I actually placed in that letter, which is crazy, but it's how I felt at the time. I wanted to die because I wanted them to love me. Yeah, you know, like.
Just that.
Yeah. So you know, at funerals, everybody talk really good things about you. You know, that's the time when everybody come together and make it seem like you loved the person, like you gave the person their roses. So that was one of the things I had placed in the letter because I had just this need to be loved. You know, and it's not that I wanted to die. Persons that try to commit suicide don't want to die. They want the pain to end. You know, but yeah, I took the pills. I remember I started to get really hot. I went back in my room and I laid down. I got really, really sleepy and yeah. And I woke up. I don't know how long after.
Because purpose. Because
Yeah.
purpose. So you went to live with your boyfriend now. What changed for you, or what got better, or what got worse?
To be honest, he was very supportive. He knew exactly what I was going through. I think he was the only person I could talk to at the time. And funny enough, even when I started to see my menstrual, I had no idea about it. My mom did not sit down with me and tell me anything. He was the first person to actually speak to me about that. You know, so I'm
That's
truly
cute. That's cute.
grateful for him even today. Yeah, but after that I left. I lived with my friend. Listen, I've lived so many places. It's crazy.
You're just trying to get by.
Yeah, I was trying to find my place. I think that's what it was. So I moved a lot. I did a lot of things. I started to see a different side of myself.
What's that?
That I like pageant. I even entered Miss Universe.
Yeah.
I was in, surprisingly, top 10. I did a lot of things. I explored a lot. I always felt like there was more,
Yes.
you know.
That's the reason why you didn't die.
Yes, indeed. You know, so I tried a lot of different stuff. I sent myself to school. I went, of course, my first college, I had to drop out because I didn't have all the finances. But God always made a way. God always made a way for me. Yeah.
You eventually got married?
Oh, Lord. Yes. Wow, that's a big fast forward. But yes, I got married at a young age. Met my ex-husband when I was living in Montego Bay. As I say, I moved a lot. At first, that was beautiful. That was so beautiful. I went through a lot also with that marriage. I went through insomnia. I went through, oh my God, levels of depression that I had no idea about. Because remember, I went through depression from a young age.
So everything now came crashing
Oh
in.
my God, it was crazy. I was actually going crazy. You know, I had no idea that there were so much different layers of depression. So now I'm working in Kingston. That's how I came to Kingston also. I had a baby, you know.
And that's from the marriage?
Yes. And after the first year of the marriage, I don't know, everything went south.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation with Kimola about her broken marriage, healing, and becoming a mother. We're back with Kimola to talk more about the experiences that has shaped you into this beautiful woman today, a woman of strength. Yeah?
Thank you, Lord. Yes.
What were the lessons learned from your marriage?
All right, so one, persons always say that communication is key, right? I've learned that understanding what the person communicates is key. I also always heard that 50-50 is the way to go. No, 100-100 is the way to go. I do understand that sometimes your party may slack off, but it is for you to say, hey, get up. You know, so yes, I've also learned a man actually feels loved when he's respected.
That's true.
Yes.
That is true.
And a woman feels love when she gets affection.
Very true.
An incident did happen where he did hit me in my chest. And he's really tall, by the way, 6'9". You know, and I remember the baby was screaming, Mama, Dada.
It was a
Listen,
living the experience all over again.
Break me. And I kept saying, stop, just stop shouting, just stop. And I remember I did hit him in his forehead and say, listen, I'm not your child, stop. And I was scared of him. I was scared to shower. I was scared to sleep. That's how I ended up having insomnia. I had really bad anxiety. I couldn't function at work. My anxiety was so bad that my heart, it started to feel like my throat cut off, like I couldn't breathe. And constantly, persons at the office would have to be bringing me to the doctor. So now it was embarrassing. You know, so I couldn't go to work at times, but I wanted to go because I didn't want to stay home.
That was your escape.
Yes, I started to drink every single day after work. I felt as though I tried everything, it just didn't work.
How did you find back Kimola? What did you do? What was that phase, that experience like?
I had to start over, it's like I went on a journey on finding myself. I started, and these are small things, but it worked for me. Every post that I made, I hashtag self-love.
Yes.
Small stuff.
There.
Yes, small stuff, but it made a difference. Of course, it was never perfect, but I understood peace. I understood peace of mind like never before.
As it is for your stepfather, As you got older, did you ever confront him? Did he ever apologize to you? What happened there?
So he did apologize to my sister and I. He even wrote my big sister a letter because my big sis had moved away at the time she migrated. And at the time I didn't accept it, I must be honest. I can tell you that. I think he was my biggest hurdle. Because imagine being in an ocean with hurt, depression, anxiety, all of these things, unforgiveness being on you, like big rocks. You're trying to go up, but you don't plan on letting these things go. You know, how do you go up? So I've learned to let go of these things, let go, move forward.
And what's life like now for you? You're working and...
Yes, I am what you'd call a serial entrepreneur.
Serial entrepreneur?
Yes, and I'm truly grateful.
What business do you operate?
All right, so I currently have a content creation and graphic design business. The name of it is Create JA, as well as Smile Reggae, which is a natural skin and hair care business. I also do have a foundation, which is called House of the People Empowerment. Trust me, it's a lot. So really it's to inspire, to help persons understand that despite the fact that you've been through a storm, you can actually rise from it. You can shine. You can be a sunflower. So,
and for your sister?
And my sister, or sisters, well, they are just, trust me, they have grown so much. And I really just want the best for them in their marriages. And, you know, because everybody is all married and all, you know, have kids and, you know, it's just beautiful. So I just want them to really just push forward and show the world their true self.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Kimola, and thank you so much for finding the strength and to be so vulnerable in sharing your story here today on the Alex Show.
Thank you.
So I do appreciate it and thank you for the time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. I also trust that Kimola's story is an inspiration to you to come forward to sharing your story and your experiences as well, and to also motivate and inspire change that loved ones will also support you in sharing your stories and to help you get justice against predators in this society. I'm Eric Mackenzie. Thank you so much for joining us.